Sure.
Asad joined my program and he cleared PMP from UAE today. Asad, it's your journey. Go ahead and share it in your way.
So, first of all, I never thought that I'll made it to this point, and so I would like to share some poetry here in Urdu, though.
Okay, that's
It
okay.
says that it says that कौन जीता है तेरी जुल्फ के सर होने तक खाक हो जाएंगे तुमको खबर होने तक. So this was the feeling until the everything materialized. But Alhamdulillah, all is well that ends well.
Mm,
Uh, so, sir, obviously today is a very proud moment for me and my family,
mm.
who have equally, sacrificed their time, day-to-day needs, and ensured that I get to focus on my studies.
Okay.
Uh, I would, I would say that from beginning, you are aware that in 2024 April, I attempted first exam. So
Mm,
my purpose of taking PMP was not actually to get certification. My purpose was to learn how to
mm,
do project management in a proper way. And
mm,
so I reached out to one institute in locally here,
mm,
and I thought that I will learn the terminologies and official and proper way of doing the projects, because I had recently start engaging in project activities.
mm,
Unfortunately, that study material and everything was focused around clearing the exam, and even that did not happen, to be honest. I scored very badly in my last exam, which I took in April 2024.
mm,
And but the thirst was there. I continued at searching,
mm,
and at one point I came across one of your videos on YouTube,
mm,
and from there on, believe me or not, to be honest, I stopped watching any other content creator, because I knew that if any man that can help me achieve PMP, that would be this guy. Because, you know, I'm someone, call me old school, but I'm someone who believe in, um I don't believe in criming ability. I would rather understand the things conceptually and try to, get my head around, so
mm,
that even if in a darkest phases, I should be able to recall what exactly it means.
mm,
And so your teaching method really inspired me, because I thought that that's where it aligned really well with my, study goals, I would say.
mm.
So, hats off to you. I mean, obviously, I really was able to connect with your teaching style, and so it took me quite a while to. I never got in touch with you initially, because obviously I had spent a handsome amount on
And my program is
on
not
the.
cheap.
Your program is not cheap, but it was totally worth it, to be honest.
Thank you.
because what's the point getting certification if we don't know what is in it, what we are supposed to do? If it does not, someone, I remember a couple of days back, one of our mate, Abhishek, when he cleared PMP, and so he said that I nailed the PMP, and someone commented, I don't remember the name, but someone commented that you never done and does the PMP. It evolves and changes your life and inspires in ways that you don't even realize. So that was something that I was actually looking for, and it started happening when I start taking your lectures, to be honest.
Mm,
And so I knew when you ask, I knew that because you shared, I joined in December. I was on leave in Pakistan, and I joined at that time. And you shared some videos, and I was looking forward to that. You're going to ask a question where you will say, share your strength and weaknesses. So from the beginning itself, I have some realization of what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses. And obviously, you said that we need to focus on our strengths. And so that is what I did.
mm,
I ensured that my concepts are clear. Ask the questions. Of course, sometime I was being, a little bit, I would say, pain, but still, I asked my questions to ensure that I clear my concepts. And most importantly, I focused on another lesson that I learned from your lectures, that we should focus on uh, what is more important, what is, for example, you always say that if you know agile stakeholder team and one more I'm forgetting right now.
Stakeholder
So there
communication,
are
team agile.
communication, yes, communication. So if you master these, you will clear your PMP. So what I did, I allocated 80% of my time focusing on these four,
Uh-huh.
and 20% I gave to others. So I had basic knowledge of other topics as well, but I had like mm, if you see my scores in mocks, in agile, in people, I scored better as compared to process or other stuff. So yes, like I reached up to alhamdulillah 80% also. That was basically truly because I was my tunnel focus was there.
Hmm.
So that actually also helped me.
Hmm.
And of course, I was earlier in the day I was talking to Hassan Bhai. uh, I told him that, you see, we are all adults and we know our responsibilities. We are kind of self organizing as well at this point of time where we are in our early 30s or late 30s. We know what we need to do. All we need is someone to look up to, that, okay, this person, he's my mentor, he's my coach or teacher, and he's going to message me, and I must have an answer that does not embarrass me as well as him, because he someone is reaching up to you and messaging you and asking you. So I told him that I'm sure
If,
that I was good student
if,
because I
if
did not
only,
trouble him
if
much.
only Asad I could believe. If only I could believe that.
See, but the thing is, I told him that I must be, I've never been a difficult student. I mean,
Okay.
so I told him I was not difficult student, but the only thing is that he always had to message me, and so that actually also, helped me regroup and come back to the mainframe. So having said that, yes, alhamdulillah, ultimately everything materialized, and it was a dream sometime back, but it was not just a dream to become PMP. There was a goal behind it, and alhamdulillah, with your support, with Hassan, and most importantly, I would say it would be unjust to mention here Aisha and Saeed Bhai. I mean, they went above and beyond to support me in particular, and everyone in the group member, to be matter of fact. So I would say everyone contributed in their own way to ensure that today I'm able to sit here and freely record my journey and record this moment of happiness and share this with you.
Yeah.
Having said that, I know that you are going to ask about my time management. So here comes my weaknesses also. So as much as you need to focus on your strength, it is important to know your weaknesses as well. And one of my weakness was, and Aisha keep telling me whenever we were talking, that she said that I'm fast, I answer the questions, I don't take time, I was not slowing down. And I realized this, and that she was right. And so what I did, although in mocks I would rather be fast, but in exam itself, for the first phase, although it was not, I would not say it was Muhammad Ali punch, it was rather easier one, but I took like around 85 minutes in first 60 questions. And from there on, I took another 70 minutes for the second 60 questions, and then 70 minutes for the last 60. So I had 5 minutes left to review some of the questions. I actually flagged quite a few questions to review, but in the first section I did not have time, so I let it go. Rather, I read the last line as per your guidelines and selected the answer. And in the second phase also I did the same, but in third phase the questions were, I think, relatively easy as well, and I was able to review also and ponder upon my answers. And I would say I think I did good in reviewing also. I think that those were the questions that really mattered, I believe. That being said, the next was that drag and drop and formula questions. So Rakesh bhai, feel free, no formula questions, and but drag and drops were there. Drag and drops were, I would not say they were difficult. I would say they were a little bit mind games. Like they were not the regular PMP language. Some sophisticated language. Just to confuse you. You just have to do your due diligence, and you'll be able to figure out what is what. And so each section I had, first section I had three, second section I had two drag and drop, and third section started with a huge drag and drop. Like it was definitions of some things that I had to drag and drop. So it was like a big one, but still it was not that bad. I was able to figure it out. Obviously, this is where the concepts matter.
Like,
Then question answering technique that I use. I knew that I'm not very well with very well versed with the keyword identification. Little bit it was there, but I knew that it is not my stronghold. So I focused on elimination, and I focused on in elimination. I choose an answer that addresses the problem in the question, because as you shared the last week, last notes and videos, those were, I think, the eye opening. If you had shared those notes earlier, I would have scored maybe 80s and 90s in the
you see,
in the
out of 2000 certified PMPs, I had more than 1500 PMPs who said that, sir, the last document, the last day that you are sharing, if you can share. Now, let me tell you a thing. If I would have shared you that before, it would have gone down with all the documents that I shared. So much content, like
yes,
so much content I have shared with you, journey videos, pathway, booklet, flashcard, etc., etc., etc. You see, there's a reason. Have you seen? Actually, there are 78 students in batch 2 and 58 in batch 1. I did not share that booklet in the group. I asked them, you know that I don't share PMP booklet in the group. Guys, put yes or no
yes,
to that. I asked them to put me personally. That is actually a pain for me to send that same booklet to everyone. Why I'm not sharing that in the group? I want it to have a specific importance there. When I'm sending everyone as a personal, right? So this goes them, okay, this is something important as compared to other content. And these three documents, it is actually a combination of booklet. If you see, it is what is written in booklet in a different way. So that
in
was
a different way.
okay. Yes, Asad, continue. I am loving your journey, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I have articulated it. I tried to, thought it through before joining here. So that reminds me that what all documents. So I remember Saeed had shared some insights from his exam. I made notes of that. Then Aisha had shared, so there were notes for that. Then studied the notes that you have shared. I studied them. I would not. I don't count it, but they were like multiple times. And being old school, I believe whatever you study before sleeping and whatever you study right after waking up, you will always remember. And so this was the philosophy that I've been applying. Last day, you remember, I joined even the last day coaching call also, because I was awake early morning, so I can go through the notes and everything. RCAs, I went through the RCAs also on the last day, and last morning as well. Although I think that was not so. At one point, alhamdulillah, I start feeling that now if I will continue studying, I might get saturated, and sure, I should stop and just let the exam come. So this is how everything I mean materialized for me. Some of the key things that I want to, because I had a deadline and I knew that there is a deadline on top of my head. I have to meet that. I'm someone who get challenged and work best in under pressure. So I would say those who are feeling lagging behind or something, I would strongly suggest that they should set a deadline to themselves, because if your goals are, as your notes also mentioned, they should be smart, measurable and achievable and time framed. If you have time framed your goal, then I think you'll be able to meet your goal. And you know there are a couple of things that I want to mention, particularly for mm, from the last video. So as you're aware that I have attended exam before also, I went with UAE ID only. Although your last video mentioned that first name, last name, etc. should be there, I did
Only
not carry
Emirates
my.
ID, only Emirates ID. You said that you only went with the Emirates ID, right?
Yeah, I went there with Emirates ID, and in my previous exam, they had no issue. They let me sit the exam, but this particular one, they said that they need passport because my first name and my last name is not matching because my father's name is also there in the ID. So they said the last name is not matching with ID. So luckily for me, I had some.
Oh,
I,
so
I I work in
let me
I work
understand
in
here. Asad, this is important because normally 99% of the time, if you have Emirates ID, they accept it. Here, they said no Emirates ID because the last name was not matching. Is that so?
That is correct.
Okay, then.
So what happens? So my name is Asad Ali Abid, and my father's name is Abid Hussain. As per MS ID, it is Hussain, my last name. So the last name in my PMP application was Abid. They said that it should be Abid. So that is some, and it happened with another student also. Someone from different, but he had his passport on him. For me, I always have because I went from work and I work for semi-government. I had some other government IDs that my company have provided. So those IDs had my proper name. Had that not been a case, still, as per your advice, I went 1 hour early, so it was not a problem. I could still retrieve my passport, but it would have been some kind of hassle. So that's being said, I think for UAE people particularly, this particular center, I think it's new. It's on very nice place on beachfront. They have very nice view also. So I would strongly suggest if you are going for because for me, I'm kind of someone attracted to nature. I like aurora lights behind me. You can see. So I get attracted to nature. I get feel more peaceful and relaxed in natural in habitat. So I would say that if anyone feels that way, they should go for this center rather than the high rises and the parking issues and other stuff at other centers.
But the
So
lesson here is that bring passport with you. What I said in the video. Bring
must bring passport. Yes,
bring
yes,
passport with
absolutely.
you. Like, okay, if you even if you have Emirates ID, even if you have those things, but bring passport with you so that you don't have these challenges. Am I understanding it right or not?
Correct, correct, 100%. Yes. Everyone must carry their passport because UAE ID will always have your given name and your
Yeah,
father's
UAE
name
ID,
all
even
clubbed together.
UAE ID always has the issue. Like I have a payment credit card link, so there is always challenge. My first name, father name, they change it, things like that. So passport is always a strong suit. And people who have, how many of you have three name? Like I can see Muhammad Kashif Yaqub. I can see one name there as a three name. How many of you have a three names? My brother has Umair Afzal Ali. Okay, so if you have three names, always be worried about it because when you are filling the application, it has to match that thing. Okay, Asad. Yeah. What else there is, Asad? But you can share with us.
Uh, I think after exam, I think Aisha asked me how was it, and I said I did not sweat. So
Mm,
exam, honestly, it was not something that scared me. I did not feel in uncomfortable at any point of time,
mm.
except in the first session when I was not able to complete it within 80 minutes. And for the last
How
five
much,
minutes,
how
I had
much
around
time it
six.
took? How much time it, like, walk me through the time management. How was the time management?
So the time management, like earlier I mentioned, I have completed the first 60 questions in 85 minutes. The second 60 questions I completed in 70 minutes. And the next 60 also I completed in 70 minutes. So I was left with 5 minutes in the last to review the last section. I was not able to review the questions in first and second because of the time management, but it materialized well, so it did not impacted my uh, result. I'm glad that it did not. I would have liked to review some of the questions, but then the best choices were anyway selected
So
for
you
those
violated
questions.
almost every principle I said in the final video. Time management messed up, did not bring the passport. I specifically said do not review the videos. Do not review
Uh,
the
but
answers.
but for me, like I was, this reminds me. Earlier, I mentioned that I focused on 80% for the four topics and 20% on others. So I knew schedule is important topic. And so even while going to work, I was watching I put the video in my phone and kept it in the dashboard while driving. I just need to hear it because I know the terminologies now. So that is the kind of preparation I did. I mean, it was insane, to be honest. For the past 2 months, all other activities is been stopped. Family, kids, friends, everyone put on a side. One day, Hassan Bhai ringed me up and he asked me, "Can you focus for 4 hours?" I said, "You say focus for 4 hours." My daughter's birthday was there, and she's young. I mean, so we did not told her that it's her birthday because I had on that day I had class, so we did not told her that it's her birthday. We did not celebrate. Maybe later sometime. But yes, we have to dedicate and we have to
Have
sacrifice
to
our,
sacrifice this thing, and round of applause for Asad for doing that.
thank you,
This
thank
is
you.
something that you have to do. So this is a lesson for everyone who is watching right now. We will record Atik journey after that, then some question answer. But there's a very important lesson I want to share here. The same thing he said it. The same thing. My daughter birthday is next Sunday. We are doing this Sunday, and we're doing the same thing. I have a batch coming next Sunday, so I will be not be able to do that. You need to dedicate. Either you can become successful or you can make excuses. You cannot do both things. So really loved it, Asad. It was a great journey, and he scheduled the exam without asking the permission. He did not do the final six mocks, all those things. But last night when I had a discussion with him, I showed mock. I called Trimzi. I said, "Hey Trimzi, what do you think?" He said, "Sir, I'm doubtful about him and things." I said, "What do you?" He said, "He will clear the exam. He will clear the exam. He is very good in concepts. He is very fast and brave." You will see two contrasts in success journey. Like he came, he cleared in a month. It's not month, it's 25 days, right? He cleared it and worked it into that way, right? This is something
Sir,
we get.
Sir, I strongly believe my success is not mine. I just dedicated my time as per your guidelines. So my success is not mine, it is yours and my colleagues, batchmates. And just last thing that I must put it on record because you see, everyone must be coming first hand to you. I came second hand to you. So I understand what other people are doing. And I must say, this is not a business model for you because sometimes you say my business will go down or something like that. This I feel that this is not business. This is a community service because when people learn the proper thing from you, that is when it matters what you are doing because anyone can focus on exam content content outline and get you clear maybe exam because I see a lot of people other people also clearing their exams and all, but if we don't understand the concepts, if we don't understand and if we are not able to take back the lessons to our real life, then for my this is how I think. It's good for nothing then. So because certificate matters only if you take the lessons home also. Yeah.
Exactly. You are kind enough, you are awesome, and loved working with you, Asad. This is just the start of journey. Don't stop here. This is just the start of journey. Okay, Asad, few more things I want to share. First, we will have PMP marathon. Probably next Saturday we will have PMP marathon. I will announce it today. Uh, make 10 to 15 question for PMP marathon. Okay, make 10 to 15 question for PMP marathon. Send me a good picture. I'll use thumbnail. And now I added Aisha Musarat. I guess I added. I will also add you probably. No, you are in the PMP aspirant group now. So help batch two along. I need
Just
every.
one more. Yes. I'm sorry to cut you. Because you ask about questions, so it remind me. Guys, believe me or not, it really matters how you do your mocks because majority of the questions I was able to relate through mocks only. Okay, you will not be surprised if you rigorously study, clear your concepts, and do your mocks and RCA. You will not be surprised when you are sitting in exam because I was able to, for example, during the review of last section, one question I flagged it only because it was coming to my mind that I have done this question somewhere. I will flag it and I'll come back and review. And when I went back, I changed the option, and I'm sure that it was correct one. So this is something that everyone must apply. And I wish everyone who is aspirant, PMP aspirant, all the best. I wish everyone that they clear their exam
Asad,
as soon as.
not just wish, not just wish.
I'm there for everyone, sir. I'm there for everyone. Feel free. You
Got my
have my
point.
number. Feel free to message private also or in the group also. I'm happy to share my learnings, but I'm also learning, so I can be wrong also. Please don't consider
And then,
that I'm
then
expert.
now you are certified PMP man. You can say with full enthusiasm that I'm a certified PMP, and that's what I need. Thank you, Asad. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do
Thank
stay
you.
here. I also need to record Jenny Vatik. Then I want to combine some question to you, both of you.
I'm really sorry. I'm taking too much time. I know. But last thing before I conclude, because I started with the poetry, I must end it with poetry. So everyone, so since section 9, my motivation factor is poetry from Allama Iqbal's Jawab Shikwa.
Okay.
It is अपने मन में डूब कर पाजा सुरागे जिंदगी तू अगर मेरा नहीं बनता न बन अपना तो बन. So what it means is you guys have to, focus on yourself. Don't worry about others, but care about yourself. Thank you very much.
You very much. Thank you very much. He's a poet also, so we can also discuss